I just, I'm going to just go off script and say, ladies and gentlemen, wake up. And while we're talking about reflecting, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you all know this or not, but on August the 6th, 2025, marked the 60th anniversary of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, signed into law by President Lyndon B. Johnson. This landmark legislation aimed to overcome the legal barriers of the state and local levels that prevented African Americans from exercising their right to vote under the 15th Amendment. The act outlawed discriminatory practices like literacy tests and poll taxes, dramatically increasing Black voter registration and political representation, particularly in the South. The Voting Rights Act is considered one of the most transformative pieces of legislation in modern American democracy, solidifying and expanding access to the ballot box for millions. It significantly increased political opportunities for Black Americans and other people of color. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, while the Voting Rights Act cemented protections, the struggle to enforce and extend those protections, they're continuing. And in recent years, the Supreme Court has weakened key provisions of the act, leading to concerns about increasing voter suppression efforts. I just, I'm going to just go off script and say, ladies and gentlemen, wake up. We are under attack. And so now you're telling me that that's being taken away from me because of this climate that we're in. I just wanted to share that as a point of reference so that people can open their eyes and their minds to what is happening right now. It's your power.
And I think it's much worse than actually votes been taken away because we will be able to vote, but it won't matter because gerrymandering would have taken over all the states for the most part. So, and I'm like, go for it, use that power, if you will, because voting isn't going to matter anymore. Because when you gerrymander us out of a district, what does that vote matter? It's so.
Well, you got to wake up to know what's going on and, to be a resource to what people may not know, go out and tell other people because the struggle is real.
And very important to remember that, it has not been that long since we've all had the opportunity and the actual right to vote. So it is important, and we need to pay attention to both midterms and local elections.